Today, Barack Obama told a group of Latino elected officials in America at a convention in Florida that, like his father, many of their parents' generation, their grandparents' generation, their great-great-grandparents' generations had come here with hope. And that in some way, the immigrant experience is one of those sort of sites where we really see the American dream realized in everyday life, because sometimes, as we know, the struggle leaves us natives, so-called natives, so divided that we hardly take the time to have a genuine dialogue with each other beyond the sound bites. So when he said that, I thought he was going to say something about, if his kid were stopped in Arizona or Alabama, then he'd be put over and asked for his freedom papers, not because he was so-called Negro, but because he was a tan American. And but he didn't. He went there, and I thought it was eloquent, and I look forward to it. And I looked at clips of Mr. Romney speaking to the same group of people, and he spoke down to them. And I asked myself, doesn't he have advisors? Why is it so difficult for him, as even a candidate, someone who's so publicly visible, to just find ways to not be so condescending to people, to talk about you people and your needs and how he's going to defend them? It's vulgar to look at him, even think that Mr. Obama has to share the stage with him just to be reconfirmed as the next president. But the light of all of this is that I look forward to the debates, because Obama's going to eat his Obama's going to whoop the floor with Romney during the debates. And so it's going to be really interesting. And because it's a long campaign season, we know that there will be several of them. And so looking at the pre-campaign mood, I'm excited. I understand that a lot of people feel very malaise about Mr. Obama's presidency. And as someone who also feels that way and wants to say, look at what he's done, actually want to sit down and look at what he's done, under his presidency, I as an individual have gained more rights than any other president, perhaps except for, of course, George Washington and Abraham Lincoln, and perhaps LBJ and Kennedy. So there are these few icons that we have, but the rest have just not looked out for us. And so that's what, of course, Mrs. Obama meant when she talked about this being the time in her life when she was most proud. It doesn't mean that we're not patriotic, but just like the immigrant dream, we're the ones who keep pressing the American dream forward. And what Romney is doing, I don't think is doing that. That sort of, he's just a gold digger. And if that were the only part of the American story, then we would all be California, I guess. But we're not. And so the season goes on. Happy election. And whatever you do, vote. And whatever you do before you vote, listen to all dissenting ideas, not just the ones that confirm what you already believe. And talk with people. Don't be afraid to discuss it. It's through these difficult discussions that we will be better. And we have to be better. Not because we're not so hot now, but because we are hot. We know it can be hotter.